As the new day dawns, we prepare. Coffee is brewed. Gary and Blair are ready for the Morning Bolt. Remember, you can fast forward or review any portion of the show at any time. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and share with your friends. Now, from a secret location, the Morning Bolt is about to strike.
It's funny.
What's up, people? It's Friday, it's Morning Bolt, and it's a special edition because we're talking about the SYC and some calendar and some dates for 2034 because we're so on top of it that we're going way up. We're going to go way out, Leanne.
No, we're not.
We've got every SYC schedule between now and the end of time.
Yeah.
Or at least next year.
Or at least until someone yells at us and says, you can't have it that weekend.
Yeah, don't do it then.
I did a little research, but...
We always do our research.
There's so many opportunities for kids. So.
All right, perfect. Full disclosure before we bring Blair back in to chat and everything. Full disclosure. We're going to announce the cities, the location, the dates on the show. Now, you may go, but that's my birthday and I can't come. Leanne has gone through the calendar of bowling as she knows it in the months of June and July the preceding year. If one of the events happens on a weekend that you don't quite enjoy it being on, we apologize in advance, but trust us, she spends massive amounts of time working with all the youth tournament groups, trying to make sure, I don't want to have it on this weekend because that's Parker's tournament. I don't want to have it on this weekend because that's this and blah, blah, blah. So 9 events. There's only 12 months. Junior Gold takes up one of them. We don't do the Junior Gold month. So I just want you to enjoy the show and listen along to the vocal stylings of Blair and Leanne.
Are you leaving?
I should.
Oh, can't leave.
Can you change the slide, Blair, to something where
Hey, you mentioned Parker Bone. His tournament starts today in New Jersey. Good luck, everyone. Well, in the Parker Bone, I think it's the 15th, 16th annual, 20th annual. I don't know how many, but it's a lot. And they have been working very hard. And we wish everyone a good weekend back in New Jersey. That's right. And you know, guess what? We don't have an SYC this weekend because it's Parker's tournament. So, how is this going to go? Drum rolls? Do we have acoustics? What do we do? We should have drum rolls.
Wait, hold on. Where's my sound effects?
We should.
I don't know. Is there
We should have brought in a band. You know, like on.
There's a horn.
I have a bicycle horn.
Bicycle horn. Hit it.
Try that.
Play it.
I did. The fans could hear it.
No, it's muted. The sound effects. Go ahead, hit it. That
sounds like a booby prize.
That sounds
okay.
good.
Wait.
Nope.
That's a little better. No.
A chime. Okay.
Come on.
No.
That's
No.
That's nice after we do announce it.
All right.
So, also, Blair, you have been in correspondence with the great Brady.
Yes.
And is there a Brady on this show today?
We have a Brady. We could do a bonus Brady, but we have one Brady.
All right.
We're one ahead, so we have 2 Bradys.
All right, so let's talk SYC, and Leanne, you're going to kick it off, the first tournament of the year in 2024.
What season is this? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. This will be our 8th season of SYCs.
That is awesome.
I don't even know. I should have got some facts ready. I apologize, but I don't even know how many events we've done. Oh, well.
Well, you have...
At some point, we have to celebrate, like, event 100 or something. But I don't think any of these...
I don't think we're at event 100 yet.
We have 1 8th annual on here.
Nice.
All
right.
Trivia.
You
For all
ready
of you
to?
SYC people, you should be able to figure that out.
Yeah.
We have one spot on our schedule that we've been to every single year.
And we're never going to not go there.
We almost accidentally tried last year.
Yeah, what was I thinking? I must have had like a dunce cap on or something. So, all right, you guys want to hear the kickoff event?
We do.
Okay,
Right.
so we're going big in the kickoff event. Our first ever presented by tournament. Kind of cool. We have a sponsor who is a great partner for youth bowling, and we're going to this bowling center. This will be our third time to this bowling center. Yeah. Well, first, let's preface it. Tell everybody why we're not going to Las Vegas. We cannot go to Las Vegas in February because there's stupid Super Bowl happening in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And
So we
all the
apologize.
events are shifted, right? So
Yeah.
I'm not talking about anything why we're not going. Now you brought it up and you asked me to say something, and I'm going to. Here's the deal. When we created the SYC, our goal has always been and has never changed. As you said, it's going to be our 8th season. And we have now 9 events every year. So it's a lot of events. Our goal is to basically take a national event and move it around the country to various communities and let kids and families enjoy a national high quality event in or around their hometown, because traveling is quite expensive. We understand. We keep it to a weekend. All the Friday activities are always optional. They're fun. You don't want to miss it if you can make it. But we've set this up so that moms and dads and families can enjoy a great experience. And so we move it around the country. And so we're not going to Vegas this year. Maybe we'll go back next year.
we wanted to. We loved it.
2025.
We love the
Nice.
South Point. I tried 3 different months, but South Point is so.
They're busy.
So we're going to Texas. Blair already put it on there. So we're going to our one of our favorite places, Fort Worth, Texas, City View Lanes. It's going to be presented by Platinum Ford. They're adding a extremely generous amount to the scholarships, and everything they add will go into the scholarship fund. We have Ballard versus the Big C, who are local, so we will learn more about that great charity of ours. And we have the Ballard's Pro Shop. Ballard's Bowling Academy is there, and I don't know. I love going to Texas.
I'll
Okay.
tell you, for people that are going to go to that one, the last time we went, so Josh Modello, his entire team, we had Rusty last time. We've got the Ballards. Wes Malott was in attendance and helping out in the pro shop. And this is one of those destination places because City View is in Fort Worth, and Fort Worth is a fantastic city for families. It's just a great place. And the bowling center that the Modellos own and operate is beautiful
And they're
and
renovating
fantastic.
it. They're doing some updates.
And the pro shop is world class. Like they have a pro shop, a training center. They have it all right there.
Mhm.
So, listen, you're going to get a ball when you sign up and bowl this event. And you have the opportunity to have the great Hall of Famers, Del Ballard, Carolyn Doran Ballard, to do the drilling or laying out. Or, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
and
just
Diana-
a great place.
Diana- Diana's
EJ.
Yeah. Diana
EJ's
Zavalova
fantastic.
Yeah.
lives there, so
We also have a lot of support from North Texas USBC. Tina and Terry, they are supporting the event. So we're going to have an awesome crew. And we're going to make this a very special kickoff event for the year.
And Leanne, you mentioned Platinum Ford, and Adam is fantastic. The last time we went down for an event with Platinum Ford, he gave away a car to
Yeah.
bowlers. We live streamed an event, and a bowler drove away in a brand new car.
Yeah.
So Adam is just all about the bowlers. If you haven't met him yet, you're gonna love meeting him.
So we have 2 meetings coming up with Adam.
So,
And we're going to maybe we could get him to give away a truck. Who knows?
here's the thing. We, and this is in the works, so don't hold us to this yet because there's some logistics. But we have had preliminary talks about, that we always live stream the event. So, because I'm an idiot and I think of stupid things, Platinum Ford is great to bowlers. If you need a vehicle, check out Platinum Ford. I'm sure they can just deliver it to wherever
Yeah,
you
you
live.
can do
You can
wherever. Yeah.
Buy it, they
Custom
can
order.
send it to you.
Yeah.
I think that we're going to park one of those big, giant, beautiful trucks in the bowling center, and we're going to put our live stream booth in the bed of the truck, and we are going to live stream from the bed of the truck the TV pairs.
So like a tailgate live stream?
That's pretty fun.
We're going to sit in the bed of the truck.
That's awesome.
And do the tailgate from the truck. So it might take all three of us to go to that event this year.
We could do it.
Yeah.
It's our kickoff event. We should do something big.
Well,
yeah. So,
and you mentioned BVBC the last time you were there, that they brought some people that
from the
talked
hospital,
about
yeah.
where the money actually goes, and it's really, the charities are a huge part of what we do. Make-A-Wish is signed on for 2024 again, and BVBC, those are our two charities, and it's just important to remember what you're raising money for and where the money goes.
So this will be a very special event. So I'm excited about it.
all right. So that's February 17th, 18th in 2024.
It's President's Day weekend. Some people have an extra day off. So.
That's great.
Yep.
Even more reason to hang out and enjoy Fort Worth, which is one of the best cities I've ever been in
I
my
like the
life.
Fort Worth Zoo.
The Fort Worth is fantastic.
Yeah. Okay, Blair, you got March.
Okay, I forget where we're going, but it'll tell me. We're going to Florida.
It's
We're
one
going
of your
to
favorite
Orlando.
places.
It is one of my favorite places. And if you're a family, this is a great time of year to go. I think two of the best times are March and December to go to Orlando, because if you wanted to go visit, there's like a mouse that lives there. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. He's famous. And maybe like there's some other roller coasters and stuff. But we're heading back to Boardwalk Bowl. Last year, our friends from Florida were so sad when Florida was not on the schedule. And I heard that some people like super south of Florida, it still takes like 3 hours to get to Orlando. So they drive everywhere. So like Gary said earlier, we're excited to bring it back to the Florida community. Boardwalk Bowl is a great host. It's beautiful. It has a huge concourse. Parents, there's plenty of places to sit.
Big bowling center.
Yeah, they have a great restaurant. It's just a really great.
Do they have hurricanes in March? Remember last year? Last year we went there and it was I don't remember the name.
Yeah.
What was the hurricane, Blair? You and I, our flights got canceled.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Everyone's
either.
flights got, there was a lot of craziness, but hopefully no hurricane next year.
I don't think they have. I don't know. I don't want to jinx us and say, yeah, we'll forget about that little hurricane. But
all I know is after December, January, and February in Utah, we are going to be looking forward to going to Orlando.
Yeah, and it's a great, like we just said about Fort Worth, another great place to take your whole family, spend a couple days, take a long weekend. Maybe it'll be around spring break. March is kind of that.
Spring break.
Yeah,
like
you can't plan on spring break anymore. But
yeah.
All right, so March. So we're going to Texas and Florida. So
I want to say one more thing about the Florida stop, and I haven't been to this stop. I've been to Boardwalk Bowl for other business. But I will say I know this factually. They have a fantastic pro shop there as well. And it's a Bowler's Mart. Our friend Cliff Barnes, his team, Andrew Adler, their team is done. They have a great store, great store. And so you've got the Ballards in the first tournament. Then you go to the Bowler's Mart store at Boardwalk Bowl. Fantastic.
And in Florida, sometimes families, another one of our sponsors is Kegel. And Kegel's very, very, like a couple hours away from Orlando. So, and then they sometimes do some seminars aligned with the Orlando
either
stuff.
at Boardwalk or at Kegel.
Right. So, and I've heard people say that they go to Kegel and they're like mind blown for life. So if your kids need a Christmas gift, a trip to Kegel and the SYC Florida might be a good one to pre-wrap. Wrap it under the tree and say, in March, we're planning this big trip to Florida.
Santa Blair planning out a nice gift.
I'm helping.
Yeah.
All right, where are we heading in April? Who's taking
Gary,
us?
you booked this one. You've been there.
Yeah, I was traveling with our regional manager, Don Mose, for other business, and we stopped at Royal Scott Golf and Bowl.
Did you golf or bowl?
Did you guys hear that? Golf and bowl.
What'd you do when you went there?
We didn't bowl or golf, but we had some meetings about SYC. And all I could say is it's a massive center. It's in Lansing, Michigan. We've never been there, but I have. I'm totally excited. Joni, who is my contact there, is involved in all types of charities and the community. And she has got a team that's going to build other activations for you all that attend to go do. They have minor league baseball. They've got fun park activities. And she knows everyone. And she is so excited to have the SYC come. And she is, because as I mentioned, heavy into the charity side of things. She says this is the first bowling tournament that we're going to have that really one of the core principles is to give back. And so she just was like, we need to have the SYC come here. Cool. And she is going to do everything in her power to make it one of the best events we've ever had. So,
Gary, where in the mitten is Lansing? I don't even know if I'm
it's in the state. I think it's right in the middle.
West of Detroit.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, west of Detroit. There you go.
Yeah, good location.
And
Lots
it is a beautiful bowling center. And
I
for
think
those
Junior Gold went there.
that play golf, it is a great golf course. And they have all this banquet area. So there's lots of space for us to have maybe a fun little party on Friday night, stuff like that. So we're doing it up right.
That could be our talent show.
I
keep talking
They
about
have a stage.
Show.
They have a stage there.
Well,
So-
maybe we'll do a talent show on that.
Yeah, so MJMA bowlers, get ready because we're coming your way. So
To your
Yeah,
talent.
so-
We've never been to Michigan for
No.
SYC. I mean, there's a lot of junior golds and stuff there, but should be a good drivable distance for a lot of folks up in the northern part of the country.
Third week of April-ish weather should be
Sunshine?
pretty good.
I hope.
Like it's spring, right? Like fingers crossed.
you never know.
We had snow here in April last year, this
Yeah.
year, so we can hope.
All right, Leanne, then we're moving on to our friends in Kentucky, right? Is that where we're going
Yes,
next?
now we went to Jeffersontown, Kingpin Lanes, John McCarthy there this year, and it was a first time there, so we never know what to expect. A plus, right? Blair, John was great, his staff was great, the center is beautiful. They were renovating their tournament office lounge area, so that'll be done for next year, but it's a great part of Louisville, as they call it. Louisville. But we can just call it Jeffersontown. So, and John was generous. He added a bunch of money to the scholarships, which is always great. I don't know. There was nothing I would change about that event. So when we left there, we booked it for this next season. So.
Yeah, and John's another one. We talked about this year, like when we went to Green Bay, and a lot of the bowling centers that we've gone to in the past. John felt like he was part of our team. Mm-hmm. He was in it just as much as we were, and he was making sure that the center ran great and was trying to help in any way, not only the tournament staff, but all the families. So when we go to these host centers, they're in it too, and they want you to come. So.
Plus, Kyle Troop lives in Louisville.
Yeah.
So Kyle Troop will be there as long as he's not bowling the tournament. So.
Yeah, and there's so many fun things to do. The Louisville Slugger Museum, the Churchill Downs.
We went to Churchill Downs. We should go. We should have a race night.
Yeah, we should. It was super fun, and there's just a ton of stuff to do. So we're excited to go back.
That one's a no-brainer. That one's easy. Hey, and then June, we're going to the state. I don't know if anyone here likes this state. Just kidding. Blair, where are we going in
Long
June?
awaited. We're going back. Super Slam Columbus, Columbus Square Bowling Palace. Our friend Julie Wells wants us to come back. They have gone through a massive renovation. We didn't go this last season.
Well, we were there last year.
Yeah.
And we wanted to book it again, and she's like, I can't do it this year or next year because we're renovating. So she wanted it in 2024.
Yeah, and they are now the largest hyper bowling facility in the world. So I think we should, when we do our Baker...
What's hyper bowling?
That's the lights. It's like the Top Golf of bowling, basically. It's by Cubica. And so it's a fun game, but it's all the lights. They have tons of lights. So what I think is when we do the Baker team tournament, which we're bringing back, is we should have all the lights going. We'll ask her.
The finals will be, or the match play or something will be
all
maybe one game will be in the hyper bowling.
Yeah.
So that one will be a 3-day event, optional. So the Baker team tournament.
Yes.
Is that what we call it? The Baker team tournament?
Baker team tournament. That'll be Friday.
Friday morning.
Thursday you can come in and check in because it's summer. And there's tons of stuff to do in Ohio. If you need some help,
come in early.
I can help you find a place.
Get a team together. We'll have some rules about that. It'll probably be no more than 2 champions. We'll have 2 divisions. We'll have a U15 and a U18. U12.
Yeah, we need more rules.
No rules. Yeah.
For the
it's
Hyper
just a
Bowl.
fun tournament. No, it's a fun tournament, and everyone loved it. Remember we had Team Mac and Cheese were the best dressed last year at that one, and then the girls. Put a team together, and so anyway, that's just a good.
And there's a amateur baseball team there too. You can go catch a Clippers game. Lots of fun stuff to do. Great place for families. We're gonna get a nice host hotel and
maybe we could get that one we had last year. That they had that beautiful one and that on the water and everything. We had the party outside, and Chris Vi and Mikey Tang live there, so maybe if they're not busy, they'll come out and play cornhole with the kids. But anyway, that should be fun.
Yes. All right. We skipped July.
Yeah, no, because we have Junior Gold, so we support Junior Gold, and so no SYC events in July.
Or
we could take a vacation.
Takes us to August.
Which is August, my favorite month, because my birthday. This is on my birthday.
We're celebrating your birthday again at SYC.
Like, where else would I be besides SYC? So this year we went to Rochester in April. When we were in Rochester, you were already talking to Lansing, and they kind of wanted it in April or June. We already booked June. I asked Kelvin, is there any other months that you would love to have the SYC? And he said August. So I said, perfect. And August will be great. It was great this year. We went to the baseball game and had some fun. It's a great bowling center. So we're going back to Rochester.
So far, every city we've mentioned is a great family destination. Good job, Leah.
Yeah, because Rochester had all that. Remember Eliana? She gave us all the insight of all the fun. They have that museum. They have that video game place we need to go. So we need to...
We do need to go to that this time because we like playing video games.
Yeah.
There's the video game museum. So, anyway, lots of fun stuff.
Okay. September. Back to school. This one's always a tricky month. So this will be our smallest SYC of the year. Right up the road here, 5 hours from Storm, Boise, Idaho. We went there last year. Phenomenal event. They were great. Another one, the Pro Shop's great. Terry and Wayne Simpson and Josh Groves, great host. They added a bunch of money to the scholarships. It's a great little town. It's our only West Coast event this year, but we really, really, really tried to get a West Coast event, and so they were happily excited when we called and asked them if they wanted to host this year. So if you've never been to Idaho, please join us.
Get a potato.
Idaho is one of those cities, again, we talk about family, right? These are family events. This is more than a youth bowling tournament to us. We want to make it all-encompassing. Boise, Idaho is one of the most beautiful cities, and it is such a growing, diverse community that if you want nature, you can get out and explore and be outside. And I mean, September is a beautiful time up there. So it's just turning fall. You can go on family hikes. You can go fishing. You can mountain bike. You can do whatever you want outside, and it's just a beautiful area. And it's one of those areas of our country that is experiencing some economic growth, and they've got the great college there. So a great place for a family to visit. Idaho, and as Blair said, potatoes. Who doesn't love a potato?
Leanna, I heard on the news last week that there is a hotel shaped like a potato in Idaho.
That could be the host hotel.
I don't know where it is, but we should look up how close it is to Boise. But I want to stay in a hotel that's shaped like a potato. Don't you?
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
The other great thing about Boise is, like I said, it's only 5 hours from here. So last year we had some families come in to Salt Lake City and take a tour of Storm and then drive up to Boise and come back. So if you do have extra time and you've never been to Utah, we could have a little tour. We're just driving up, so we'll be here. We'll be back on Monday. So if anyone wants to look at flights, when the time comes next year, it's always an option.
Yeah, and just let us know in advance if you're gonna stop by before or after. We just have to get you on the schedule, and we're happy to give you a tour. But just let us know if that's in the plans.
Blair, I can't read all the comments, and you haven't gone
Hopefully
and
they're all
read
good.
any comment, but I did see just out of the corner of my eye
The potato trophy.
Brian McDonough with a potato trophy.
Maybe we can add a potato to that.
So we did talk this year about doing, instead of the states, one of the kids asked for landmarks
Like a
of
theme?
the state. Yeah.
Maybe we could add that. Because we could create the trophy any way we want, but still have Idaho, but add a landmark.
So like
just make them more
Wisconsin would have
colorful.
been like cheese. Yeah.
We could do that. That's a great idea. So I mean, we like to switch things up every year because we do feel like we are the coolest tournament in town, and that would be a fun way to make it cooler.
Yeah, it's fun. So,
anyway,
are we gonna have a bowling doodle match again?
Well, Blake and Adam, we'll have to check their calendar.
Blake and Adam,
you know their agent.
Have your
right?
people call our people.
Yeah, you know their agent Terry and Katie, so I'm sure that they would have a barkathon.
All right,
Gary, this is your favorite tournament?
I can't say I have a favorite tournament.
Yes, you can.
I
This
cannot.
is everyone's favorite tournament.
I can definitely say I have some favorites. So the Coastal Classic, as you mentioned, this is the McCall family. And the way this came about, the backstory here, the McCalls were bowling our very first tournament ever in the history of the SYC. 2017, it was in Reno, Nevada. That was our very first one. They had a couple kids, their kids, bowling the tournament. And I don't know why, because if you ever meet the McCalls, you'll clearly understand how this could happen, because they're like the greatest family ever. And so Brian and Susan just started chatting with us, and I learned where they live, and then he said, I would love to have this event come to us, and I didn't even know where Charlotte was on the map. And so it's basically the Myrtle Beach area, right? Which is, of course,
the best place in the country.
It's a great area. And
Yes.
so they have 32 lanes. So then we partnered up with our great friend, Tony Todd. And so we use Little River Lanes, which is 32 lanes. And we use Planet Fun, which is 32 lanes. And we have the greatest weekend. And we throw a beach party on Friday night. And we're going to bring back mini golf for those in town early enough to do a mini golf
Saturday
fun
night
thing.
mini golf.
We
We're
need to do
gonna
a
do
pancake
mini golf.
breakfast one day too at Brian's place, like
So-
host pancakes.
So this is just, and you know, people make everything, right? So the McCall family, Mr. Tony Todd, his team, you go there and you feel like family. And it's in this beautiful part of the country at a beautiful time of year. And it just is so fun. And there's so many things to do as a family. And if you want to get any pro shop services, we've got the great Mike Albert's Pro Shop, which is inside Little River Lanes. And Planet Fun has a pro shop that they can help you. So it's not, you know, you can get your bowling tended to, but you can also go out and have a wonderful weekend in the Myrtle Beach area.
I think most families tack on a day or two. And a lot of families will rent houses together because that's a resort area where you can rent a house that
Best
has
thing
like
to
5
do.
bedrooms.
Yeah.
I mean, all of us, Mr. McCall is generous. He finds us a house and all of us are able to stay together. So we have a good time with our crew. But I think it'd be fun if we like all rented houses in Ocean Isle, which is kind of in between the two.
Yeah.
And that's where our party is. And then we could all just like go play.
Yeah. Well, and the town of Charlotte usually donates some money back to the tournament, so we
Every
appreciate
year,
that.
yep.
The Visitors Bureau
Yeah.
does exactly, Bill. And I want to say that they have all those places, and as we know, this is just after peak season, right? So maybe strategically to save all you families some money, because you can rent an amazing beach property for a reasonable amount this
100%.
time of year.
Yeah.
So
Go Google Ocean Isle VRBOs. Those are really great houses.
And the only thing we didn't mention, and maybe you did, Gary, I don't remember, this one is the only one that we have a cut in. So
yeah, because of our lanes,
right.
the two. But it's a generous cut. So you
Yes.
bowl 5 games in the morning at one center, and then Saturday afternoon you go to the other bowling center. You have a lunch break, and you go to the other center, and then we cut each division in half.
Yeah.
And because Planet Fun is our host center, and they have the money donated and everything, and Little River, I think, has stuff going on Sundays.
They have a league.
So then we
It
have.
came about that they
Yeah.
didn't have lane availability on Sunday.
Yeah.
And so Tony said, man, I'm happy to help on Saturday and Friday for practice. But Sunday, he has a special group that has been there for a long time, and he did not want to disrupt them. And so that's why we created the cut.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we could have just bowled 2 rounds in each center both days, like 5 and 5 and 5 and 5, and then have it.
So our cut is really generous. It's half the field, so it's half of each division comes back and bowls the last 5 games Sunday morning at Planet Fun.
Planet
So
Fun,
it's regular format, but with a cut.
Yeah.
So still good.
Yeah. Just So
regular format, a cut format, but more fun.
No match play.
Yeah.
So still total pins.
And if you don't make the cut, you get a day at the beach.
Yeah, so kind of a good consolation. When I was on tour and we bowled in Myrtle Beach, it was always the tournament that were like, we missed the cut. Let's go to the beach.
Yeah,
It didn't matter if you missed the cut.
Yeah, plenty of stuff to do. All right, last event.
one, Blair. You go for it.
All right, you're on the list, Leanne. It's you.
We're going back to Baton Rouge. We went to Baton Rouge this year. Awesome event. Kim Bogan and her staff. I like the area. It's close to New Orleans. Baton Rouge is great. The Tourism Bureau was great to work with. The bowling center is big. We can get a lot of entries, so we're going to go back there.
And Kim stopped by the booth at Bowl Expo, and she loved having the SYC there so much. She was begging, like, when can the SYC come back? So another host center that just feels like she's part of our team, and she just wants the event to run great all weekend long.
Yeah, and they have we had a putt-putt challenge on Friday night. They have a mini golf attached to the bowling center, so they gave it to us for the night, and they did a little barbecue, and so that was kind of fun for the kids. It was really cold that day, but it was fun for the kids.
So there's the schedule, 2024, Leanne. Thank you. You've worked with all these folks.
We did our best.
Put together, and you can see it's sprinkled around the U.S. West Coast gets a little tricky. We do know that we get some folks wanting it out on the West, but look at this year. We had 2. We had this Las Vegas, which is West Coast. We had Reno coming up in a week or 2, or next week, right?
Yeah.
And so those are 2 West Coast events. We've had Boise as a West Coast event. One place that we need to look and try to figure out, Leanne, for 2025 might be the Denver, Colorado area.
Yeah.
Colorado. Yeah.
It's just really hard to find large centers like the 2 last year. So, for instance, we had 2 great centers last year. Last year. North Carolina, Victory Lanes, and Boise.
Yeah.
And our waiting list was as long as our entries, which is painful because I hate to do that to people. And so our main goal is to find large centers so we can get more people in the tournament. And we are going back to Boise, but that's a West Coast tournament, and there's other events going on. So,
and we do have a place on our website, stormbowling.com/SYC. If you are a bowling proprietor, or you are a youth director, or you're a parent that you're like, I have a bowling center that would be perfect for the SYC, there's a place to apply on our website. And it's not like an application. It's just, hey, we're interested in hosting an SYC, and you can put all your info in, and then Leanne will call and start the conversation. And really that's how all of the new centers are found, are proprietors reaching out and saying, we want the SYC to come.
Yeah, and we don't know all the large bowling centers in the country. I mean, we have a good poll, we kind of know most of them, but we would love to go to new places.
John Voris would like to nominate the White House.
What are there, 4 lanes there, John? We're going to take turns? 2 lanes.
There was a question earlier about aging out. So we run our season we announce our schedule January to December, but we follow the USBC age rules. So it's 18 as of August 1st is all the kids that are eligible. If you are age 18 as of August 1st, you can bowl in an SYC. If you're 19 on August 1st, you cannot bowl. What?
If you're 18, you can't bowl, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right. 18, yes.
If you turn 18 on July 31st,
you're good.
You are toast. if you turn 18 on August 1st, you are allowed to bowl the USBC
Yes.
season. So we go by the USBC age divisions,
Yes.
which is tricky sometimes if people don't know that. But
All right.
what other questions do we have, Blair?
I do have a comment. When we started in 2017, and I see him come up all the time. He's one of our ambassadors at Storm, Dave Seiler. And Dave Seiler is a huge part of the start of the Storm Youth Championships. He was there at the beginning seasons. And then, he retired, so he's too busy to come out and work all these events anymore. But Dave's always been he was the guy that would always have the Oreo cookies and always interacted with all the families.
He was like our Walmart greeter. He was our SYC greeter.
He did. He ran the tournament room.
Well, I'm bringing Dave out of retirement. He's coming to our kickoff event in 2025
in Texas,
in Fort Worth, because he now lives in Austin.
We'll
so he's
see you there,
up.
Dave.
He's back in action.
Back in action. Bring some Oreos for us.
There's a request for an SYC alumni tournament. One in a year. Anyone that's bowled in SYC.
We should do it, and
I have a place for it.
Yeah, Myrtle Beach.
No, I have Earl Anthony's Dublin Bowl wants to have an alumni tournament.
That'd be fun.
Mike Hillman has offered up their center there, which is a beautiful center in Dublin, California, and it's 40 lanes.
And it's probably only like $7.50 a game lineage.
Well, he might give us a slight discount.
And your hotel's $600 a night.
Yeah. But I would love for the alumni. It's fun to hear where the kids go. We do like to follow all the kids that bowl the SYCs, where they go to college, what their next steps are. So if you stay tuned, maybe we'll make that happen. Yeah. That'd be fun.
We need some creativity for that one. I just don't know how we would make it happen. I would love to make it happen.
We would just do the same format.
Yeah.
Can I just throw out one thing before we get to Brady's video?
Yeah.
Or any questions that you find, Blair. So while I'm chatting, you can find some questions. When we launched the SYC, through the SYC, we saw a need, and we launched something called the Evolution Program. And the Evolution Program is free to everyone. It's free to every kid and their mom, dad, sibling, whatever. It does not matter. You could be a Hammer kid, a Motive kid, a Brunswick kid. Of course, we love our Storm kids, but we love all bowling. And so if you want to learn, this is a great program for you. And it doesn't require you to be, you can live in small town USA that has a 6-lane bowling center without a pro shop. You can be in the Evolution Program and learn from folks like Leanne, the Hall of Famer, and folks like our tour team that contribute and bring content every single month. And then Leanne, through the Evolution Program, then we launched an Evolution staff, which some are in Sweden right now. And they're competing internationally.
This is a great, you created this opportunity for them working with the Sweden folks. And we do have 6 kids from our Evolution staff. Their families are taking them to Sweden. Some, Abigail Starkey is already there. And I think the rest of them are headed out today, tomorrow, and Sunday, I think. And we can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see how they do. I hope one of them wins.
So I want you to know, and then I'll turn it back to Blair. Listen, if you love youth bowling and you happen to choose a different brand besides Storm, right? It's called the Storm Youth Championships, right? We all know Storm is the one investing in this. But we welcome you. We welcome all of you. You're all welcome, and that's all I want to say. And
hey, when you say we welcome all the kids, the one thing that we love at the SYC that we do every is the new families in our percentage. I mean, we get a lot of slack because the entries sell out so quickly, and some people will say, "Oh, the same kids get in." Well, it's really not true. Our stats went up this year. I think our first time SYC bowler was up to like 40% this year in the entries.
Yeah.
So that's way more new families that we've met. And but there really are so many opportunities out there for kids that the same kids don't bowl every tournament. We have random, we have some that are able to bowl every tournament, but we have met a lot of new families this year, which has been great.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. There's a lot. The Watts, Mrs. Watts is watching. The Watts family came out here. They're a family that we've met through the SYC this year. There's a lot of families watching that either are new or have been with us for a few years. So
we
fun.
appreciate y'all. And we do it for the kids and the love of the sport. And our owners, Bill and Barbara Chrisman, invest in this program. And then all the people that run the program, myself and Leanne and Blair and all of our volunteers.
All three of us.
We're all volunteering our time to do this stuff. This isn't part of our jobs. We have other jobs at Storm. And this is our give back. And so we love doing it. It comes from our heart.
And also our pro staff. They volunteer their time. So they come and join us. And we have some great regional staffers who've helped us. Like you mentioned,
100%.
Dave Seiler. We had Terry McKinney came out.
Yeah, we've had some great ones this year. Nathan Johnson.
Nathan came out to Rochester. I mean, we've had a bunch of people help us this year. Forgive me if I've overlooked you, but
Casey Mattingly helped at 2 events.
Came out. And
there's a lot.
He loaded his van and took all of our stuff from Kentucky to Indy.
Yeah.
You know, and our salesmen help us. So, I mean, it's a group effort.
And the parents. We've
got some amazing parents who help us.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's just great.
It's
a great community.
The one thing we didn't mention when we mentioned Ohio was that's where the All-American team is going to be chosen this year.
Yeah.
So for anyone that's watching, because sometimes we have questions like, where's the All-American team? Everyone wants to definitely put that on their calendar. That one, we try to do it at a time where the East Coast high school bowling, we know that there's some rules that some kids can't bowl through March, so we try to avoid that. We do try to go in the summer when many people
that's our
travel.
20-game tournament, so like you can't really get home Sunday night because it does go till 6 p.m. So that's why we do it in the summer. So
definitely if you're looking for the All-American team, that's where it is this year in Columbus. So.
All right, Blair, do you have a video for Brady?
We do.
He's off to Sweden. I can't wait to get the video from Sweden.
That'll be fun. Yeah. Are we ending the show after Brady, or are we?
We can come back and answer anyone's questions they might have.
Okay.
Type them in.
All right. Here's Brady.
Hey Storm Nation, it's Brady, Storm's Boy and Science Kid. Have you ever walked into your league or tournament only to find that you're on the end pair and the lane machine ran your pair first? Or maybe your pair is the last one to get done. Will that affect how your lane plays? Let's find out. Kegel did a study to see how time affects the characteristics of the oil pattern on the lane. They found a few factors that determine how well the pattern will hold up during the course of play. Modern lane conditioners are mineral oil based, and the oil does not evaporate. It can sit indefinitely without deteriorating. In fact, an experiment showed that a freshly conditioned lane still had the same pattern 24 hours later. But there are some chemicals, like isopropyl alcohol, which are used to lower the surface tension of the conditioner, and they do evaporate. This evaporation does not affect the playing characteristics. While the oil itself doesn't evaporate, other factors can impact the lane conditions. Dust from the open doors or air conditioning vents, for example, can affect the playing characteristics of the pattern. That's why regular cleaning of lanes is so important. Atmospheric conditions, like temperature and humidity, can also play a significant role in lane play. When lane conditioner is applied, it takes time to stabilize enough to provide consistent playing characteristics. The conditioner needs about 15 to 30 minutes to adhere to the lane surface, and another 15 to 30 minutes for the molecules in the conditioner to bond, a process known as van der Waals forces. So although the lane conditioner doesn't evaporate, if time is not allowed for the lane conditioner to stabilize, things like excessive carry down can occur. The lanes might also play tighter simply because the oil is sitting up on top of the lane more, and there is less resistance to the bowling ball as it rolls through the oil pattern. So if you find your pair has just been run, it might be a good time to let it settle for a few minutes and head to the snack bar. That's it for this week. If you have any ideas for cool bowling science experiments that you'd like to see tested, you can message me on Instagram at BowlingBrady300. And be sure to tune in next week for more of me, Brady, Storm's Boy and Science Kid, and remember to bowl up a storm.
Thank you, Brady. And good luck in Sweden.
For sure.
Don't forget the Swedish fish.
Get some Swedish fish to bring home.
You know who loves the Swedish candy is our friend Alex Westring. He always gets Swedish candy. So we should ask our, he's in our evolution program.
Fish are the same in Sweden?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Can't wait to hear get the vlogs.
Yes.
Are they vlogging while they go to Sweden?
They are, yeah.
Brian's
they're
gonna
vlogging.
vlog.
They're vloggers.
Everyone's vlogging.
So Brady, Mateo, Joss, Keegan, Abigail, and Kayla Starr. 6 little evolution kids on the trip of a lifetime.
Hanging out with Martin Larson, who's one of the nicest guys in bowling.
And 20-something other Storm pros are
Yeah.
going too. There's a bunch of people that are going to that tournament. So
That's a big tournament. It's a great tournament. Martin does a great job running it. So it's, it's just a super high quality tournament. So,
why is he called Lucky Larson?
That was in our evolution program. He did a video on the Lucky Month in March.
Mm-hmm.
He said that it was a match. He was bowling a match against Belmo. There's a whole video. Join the evolution program. Go back and watch it in March.
I should have looked at that.
And you can hear how Martin Larson got his nickname. So if you join this month, you can go back and look. So.
All right, well, ladies, this has been really fun. I think it's time for us to get back to work and for everyone else to go and enjoy their long weekend. We hope that if you're taking the Monday off and you have Saturday, Sunday, that you get those 3-day weekend with your family. If you're traveling, be safe. The roads can get a little busy on these holiday weekends, so please drive carefully. Leanne, what have we always said when we're on the road?
Something my dad always told me. He said, I don't really worry about your driving. Just watch out for the other guy.
Watch out for the other guy. And safety's paramount, right? We need to stay safe.
Yeah, be safe, everybody.
Cool. All right, we'll see you guys on Wednesday.